Welcome to the Forex, and here we're looking at the US dollar, and it's moved up above the 80.30, which is important for a bullish stance. However, it needs to retest it to find support. So let's just have a little look at that here. So on the 5-minute chart, we can see that it's moved up through here, but it hasn't sort of tested it as support. But I can see that this here is corrective, so I can see that this will move up further. We'll just start from here. We've got up for 1, back for 2, 3, 4, and we'll see 5 up through to here. Probably the same length as this one here, roughly speaking. And this will give us 5 waves up here, but we've got this move here, so this will be 1 and 2, and all of this will be 3. Okay, now that said as well, that's not quite the end of it, because this here can also be an A and a B here, and 5 waves for a C wave here, and then failing from that point and then moving down from here as such. Yep, and that would be the A, the B, and the C here. Now that said, if this is going to be a positive market to the upside, then we want to see an impulse wave. So an impulse wave would be the wave 1 here, the wave 2 to here, and then 5 waves here, the same here, which we're going to get anyway. And then we would see wave 4 here, that would pull back to wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and may even come down and retest the 30 here, depending how high it goes here. But wave 4, which would be an A and a B, and some sort of corrective move here, and then a move up here. So if you see that, then that would give us 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C for 4th here, a bit complicated, like this one here is complicated, and then up here for the 5th wave. Now, if we got that to the upside, that would give us 5 waves to the upside, and then that would turn the US dollar bullish. And if that turns the market bullish, then we're going to see, gold go down, commodities are put under pressure and so forth. But after this 5 waves here, if that's the case, there would be a counter trend in 3 waves, and then there'll be the other 5 waves further up that path there. So that's something to look forward to either way. And of course, the euro would be doing the mirror opposite as well. Just before we go into that, the euro here on the bullish count that we've had here, and we'll just hold that for a moment. We've got, this is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 here. Not a bad count. And then we'd be looking for an A and a B and a C, coming back to the 50-60% mark where it is now. And that's there. So that can push up from here. But for any long trade here, like I said before, you'll need that as tested support, not just trading above it, but retesting it, finding a reference point, and then moving in it from that point there. So that's the scenario there. But if the US dollar is going to be bearish, then we'll see obviously this move down here in another little wave, and that would give us a little 5-wave sequence down here, and then we'd get a counter trend here, and then we would see the next move down through here. So do I have that on a smaller chart here? Let's just go over that, because there'll be quite a good setup coming from here. So we can see here from the high here, in this case here, we've got basically, you can count it whichever way you want, but 1 and 2 and 3 here, this will be the 4th wave here. And then if we're going to get a 5th wave down, which we look like we will, down into here somewhere, that will give us 5 waves down. And then from that point, we would be looking at a counter trend in 3 waves. And this counter trend here in 3 waves would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then A, B, and C, and then 5 in this next one here. So you need to count these like this. And it's probably, this isn't, as I mentioned before, this number is very important, the 13772, and this is where it becomes really important, which will be over here when it retests here, if it's going to have a bearish picture. So you'll be looking at that 535 pattern here, and then you'll be looking down from here. And if I go back to an alternative count that I've had here for a while, is that just on the 4-hour chart from the high up here, it does you don't need to be Einstein, but we can see that we've got like a 5-wave sequence here. So, this here could be, it does count okay as 5 waves, but it could be corrective. And the other important thing here is that the 138 is becoming the resistance through here. So if we do get those 5 waves that we just talked about here, and we get this counter trend back up here, that means that, and we get 3 and it starts to move this way, that's where the short is. That means that this 5 waves here will give us another 5 waves over here. So that produces a really nice shorting process in this corner here. So I think that it's worth, the reason I'm sort of explaining this is because I think that, if this becomes like an A wave or a wave 1 and this is a wave 2 here, then, this move down here will be the same length as this one here at minimum, or even longer. So it does present a nice longer term trade from here. So that's what we'll be looking for, and putting the stop above the, keep the stop way out of the way, above the 1.3772, above that, maybe even above the 80 or 90, even above the 138 here. You may be able to see when the time comes into here, you might be able to see a daily switch set up and use the daily robo to get you going, or see where the weekly is and so forth. But, we could have a nice trade coming down through here if the US dollar and this market here display the right internal intraday wave counts. The Australian dollar, yes, we from the 90 up to the 93 here, we have a little 5-wave structure, but I'm just labeling it as wave 3 here and looking at wave 4 here. I won't get, I wouldn't be bearish on this market unless I had the 92 as a retested resistance, and then would be looking to short it. But at the same time, we just need to allow this market to, as I mentioned, react from the 93. Let us see what sort of correctional patterns we've got. The 38.2 retracement level from here to here is just under the 92 here anyway. And, we can expect to see, corrective patterns within here. I think we even may have 5 waves down through here already. So let me just check from the top here. Yeah, we were looking at this yesterday, weren't we? I think we're down here. So we're looking at 5 waves down to here. Yeah, and then we're looking for a counter trend in 3 waves, and then down again through here. So this move here will be about the same length as this one here. So that will bring us down into the 38.2 retracement level through this area through here. Okay, this is chucked a wobbly. Okay, so just looking at this correction here again in through here, just to start again. We were looking yesterday at this market moving, I think we're down here somewhere, but we're looking at this being wave 4 and wave 5 to here. And then I can see here that we've actually got a little 5-wave structure here, or it looks like 5, the 1, the 2, all quite messy in here, but the 3rd in here, the 4th and the 5th. I could be wrong, it could be an A and a B and a C here, I'm not sure, but I just took that as 5 waves. And also what helped me thought about that is that this move here is in 3 waves, so that fits nicely as a B wave, which would make that an A wave anyway, and then the C wave here, because after 5 waves coming down through here, we would be looking for a counter trend in an A and a B and a C wave here, and the C wave would be something like the A wave here. And you could also start looking at viewing this in 5 waves as well. This number here is a 272 number, so that's going to carry some weight as well. So expect a bit of failure from this point here. In terms of trading intraday though, however, you'd be looking at the midpoint here, the 50. So if you've got a nice tested support on this, you can trade up to the 60 and take it there. But I'll just sort of chill out of that point there. If the 92.72 becomes the support for any particular reason, then you need to trade long from that point there, because I'd be wrong from that point. But it needs to be tested, nice, strong, tested support from that point. Otherwise, we can also look for, basically looking to be short from here, because after this ABC here, we should see another 5 waves down like this one through here. if that's certainly the case there. So yeah, just be on the right side of the market, and if you've got the count on the right side, the count really just helps for the direction, but you base your trades off support and resistance, and if you get your money management right, then you're on your way. The Australian yen, let's have a little look at that. As you can see here, it's still, like we talked about yesterday, still moving up through here. Yes, it's oversold, but that's overbought rather, but that's always the case when you're making new highs as well. So let me just move in here a little bit. Just the 5-minute chart here. I'm just trying to find out where we were yesterday. I've had a bit of technical difficulty this morning, that's why I'm running a bit late and so forth. But 96, well, you have to work with 96, don't you, here? So and that's just the first high above the level there, so it's still, but anyway, it's positive against the just looking here, the 1 2, they've got 1 2 3 4 5, so there'll be a little fourth and little fifth here, then another fourth, then a fifth, and that will give this 5 waves 1 2 1 2 3 4 and 5 to here, and then another correction here, and then further up through to here. So yeah, look, it'd be really good if this actually came down below the 96 and then found support on that and go along from there. But the trend is still up. It's just that its momentum's up. It's just that it's overbought for the short term. The Australian Swiss as well, we were looking at this yesterday, and we understood that this was corrective here, as you remember, and we thought we may get support up here. It wasn't the case. It's moved down, but then we still really had this 3-wave swing here, which is corrective, just a bigger ABC, and then we're looking for support up through here. I mentioned you could get in early if you wanted to, but you're facing risk, but that's okay. But look, anyway, the 82 is, it's still got a few more little wiggles to do through here, of course. It's got to get above there, then it's got to come back and check and then move on from that point there. So look for the setup across there. Yes, but it's all good. The Euro Australian, let me see where we are here. I restarted the platform. I lost all my little sort of setups as well, so just bear with me while. If I can just squash this up and work with this for a moment here, let me just sort of see where we are. Right, yes, okay. Let's get rid of that for a moment. So what we're looking for here, I'll just go back again in here and again, sorry about all this. Just wanted to get the bigger picture. As you know, we were looking for the bounce off the 148. We were looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave 4. And that, even as a wave 4, that's the simplest wave 4 you can get. So it may get more complicated than that. But that said, that 3-wave price action is this one here that we've been tracking through here. So basically the A, the B, and the C, basically a retest of the 150 area through here. And as the 149 here becomes the resistance through here, then we could look at the next leg down here starting as such. And that's what we sort of want to talk about here. Yeah, so yeah, you just really need to keep your stop above. I mean, this is let me just check here. Just bear with me a second. 1 2 3 4 5. I can just see that the trend's sort of slowing down through here a little bit. What I mean by that is that all of this is moving quite quickly here, and all has been very slow through here. But that's probably the way. That's probably wave 1 here, and the A, the B, and the C for wave 2. It's just maybe it's just the end of the session coming in here and slowing down a little bit. Let me just have a little look on the 5-minute chart here, see what we've got in a bit more detail. It doesn't seem complete yet because this seems to be all of wave 1 to here, then wave 2, and then this is the wave 3 to here, and this is actually still for here. So wave 1 is not really there, it's actually over here, and you'll see the rally from here. So look, if you see the if this, it may come, I haven't worked out all this here, but if you do see a corrective move back above the 149, and then after that it becomes the resistance again, then that's what you're looking for to short from that point. The euro yen, now we were looking to trade from 142 to 143, so that's good, that's done and dusted, and then we basically sit back and wait for the correction, because the idea is it's a game of support and resistance, and trade from support to resistance, from one level to the next, get out and then wait. If you don't get it, if you don't get out, and you'll either be stopped out, and you also need to, you know, if you make money in the bottom line is you make money in a trend, you give it back in the correction. That's the old break-even story all the time. So you must control yourself. You must basically trade to the number, get out and wait for the correction. Now, the correction in this case here, and I haven't pulled that apart here, but it just does appear to be like an impulse wave down. So we'll look for a corrective move back, and then another one like this here. After we get 3 swings here, then we can look for support, and then we can go along from that point and trade up to the 144. However, if this 3 swing is not the case and the correction is actually wound up in here somewhere, then what we do, as you know, is we look for group 1. And group 1 is the 3. So in this case, the 30. So if support is found on top of the 30, like a nice tested support on top of that 30, then you can trade long from that point. And because normally here, once I got support, you would add on 40 on the 142, then 10, 20, and 30, and then I wouldn't really add any more until I was on top of the 50. But if you miss the trend here and it goes straight up from here, then and you got support on 430, then you need to add on to 40 and 50 and ride it from that point upwards there. The pound yen, we were looking to trade to from 172.20 up into 173, so it's made it quite close there. It's probably got a little bit more to go there. Let's just have a quick look at this here. Okay, it's just on the 5-minute chart here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, we actually got the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave to here. And then we've got like a little 5-wave structure up into here. So that's positive. And then we've got the A, the B, and the C here. So we can move up from here further. But I wouldn't trade long unless I had 172.72 as the support. Okay, so if you get that, that's fine. Otherwise, if the 172.50 here becomes the retested resistance, then you know that you're going to be moving down from there. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, an A. I see. Yeah, this is 3 waves here, so we should move up from here, but I wouldn't do it until that 172.72 was the support there. Yeah. Alrighty. Sorry for being so organised and also running late as well. It's just a few problems, but all good. Alrighty. Thanks.